This is Proverbs, 7th chapter. Ex- exaltation to wisdom, the ways of wicked women. Now, I don't know why Proverbs really got it in for women, but Caucasian race itself is called the woman. Say, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thou kinswoman, that my sister. That's feminine, and that's Osset or Isis, and her sister understanding Nephbed or Nephthai, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger with flattered with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones I discerned among a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner. He went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abides not in the house. The woman, the same woman in Genesis 3:15. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. Genesis 3:15, the woman bruised our head. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impotent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with the linen of Egypt. I perfume my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the goodman is not at home. He is going a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goes after her straightway, as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hastes to the snare, and knows not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths, for she has cast down many wounds. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. That's talking about Caucasian people, right to itself, not an individual woman, but the woman in Genesis 3:15, who rules our head. Now, this is the Wycliffe version. Wycliffe was written, Bible written in 1534, before the King James version. Now, it said, my son, keep thou my words, and keep my behests to thee. My son, remember my words, and keep my commands with thee. Keep thou my behests, and thou shalt live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Keep thou my commands, and thou shalt live, and my instructions or my teachings as the apple of thine eyes. Bind them in thy fingers, thou it in the tables of thine heart. Bind it unto thy fingers, write thou it on the tablets of thy heart. Say thou to wisdom, thou art my sister, and call thou prudence thy love, and call thy understanding thy friend, that he keep thee from a strange woman, and from an alien woman, that maketh her words sweet, so that they may keep thee safe from a strange woman, yea, from an unknown woman, who maketh her words sweet. For she said, well, why, from the window of mine house, by the lattice, I beheld, and I see little children, that is, fools that have little wit. I behold a young man coward, and I see fools who have little intelligence. I behold a cowardly young man that passes by the streets, beside the corner, who passes along the streets beside the corner, and he goes right the way of a house in dark time, when the day draws to night, in the darkness and mist in the night. And lo, a woman made ready with the ornament of a whore to deceive souls meeteth him. And she is a jangler and going about and impatient of rest, and may not stand in the house with her feet. And she is a gossip who goes about restlessly, yea, stands still in her own house. And now without force, now in the streets, beside the corner, she abushed him, and she's taken hold of, and kisseth the young man, and flattereth him with woe and cheer, that is unrestfully, and without shame, and saith, I owe sacrifices for health, I pay my offerings for my deliverance. They have yield my vows. Therefore I went out into thy meeting, and I desired to see thee, and have found thee. I have made ready my bed with cords. I've arrayed it with tablets printed of Egypt. I prepare my bed, yea, I have arrayed it with colored tapestry from Egypt. I besprinkle my bed with myrrh and aloes and carnel, cinnamon. Come now, be refilled with touching of teats, and use re-embracing that be coveted, till the day began to be clear. For mine husband is not in his house. He's gone away a full long way. He took with him a bag of money. He shall turn again into his house in the day of the full moon. He took a bag of money with him, and he shall not return to his house until the day of the moon. She bound him with many words, and she grew him with flatterings of lips. And so she bound him with many words, and she drew him forth with the flattering from her lips. Anon, he as an ark, led to slain sacrifice, followed her, and as a jolly lamp, and unknowing, and a fool knows not that he's drawn to bonds. And so at once he followed her, like an ox led away to be slain for the offering, and like a jolly and unknowing lamp, and a fool knows not that he is drawn into bonds. Till an owl pierce his maw, as if a bird hastens to the snare, and knows not that it is done of the power of his life, or until an owl pierces his belly, yea, like a bird that hastens to the snare, and knows not that it is done at the power of his own life. Now therefore, my son, hear thou me, and perceive the words of my mouth. And so now, my son, listen thou to me, and understand the words that I speak, lest thy soul be drawn away in the ways of her. Neither be thou deceived in the paths of her, lest thy life be drawn away by her ways. Go thou not forth on a deceptive path, for she hath cast down many wounded men, and all the strongest men were slain of her. For she hath wounded and cast down men, yea, even the strongest men have been slain by her. The ways of hell house, and pierce into the inner things of death. Her house is the way of the entrance to Sheol, to hell, yea, he leadeth down to the land of the dead. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Not simply by a single woman, but by a people. Now, this is a voce, the Latin voce, which Catholic use, which was translated into English. This is the English translation of the vocab that was translated to Latin from the Hebrew. My son, keep thy words of my precept with thee. Son, keep my commandments, and thou shalt live, and my law is the apple of thine eye, that it may bind it upon thy finger, write it upon the tables of thy heart. Say to wisdom, thou art my sister, and call prudence thy friend, that she may keep thee from the woman that is not thine, and from the stranger who sweetens her words. For I look out of the window at my house to the lattice, and I see little ones. I behold a foolish young man who passes through the street by the corner and goes nigh the way of her house in the dark when it grows late in the darkness and obscurity of the night. And behold, a woman meets him in harlot's attire, prepared to deceive souls, talkative and wandering, not being to be quiet, not able to abide still at home, now abroad, now in the streets, now lying in wait near the corners, and catching the young man, she kisseth him, and with an impotent face flattereth, saying, I vowed victims for prosperity. This day I have paid my vows. I vow victims for prosperity. Hey, I have paid my vows. Okay. Therefore I am out to meet thee, desires to see thee, and I have found thee. I have woven my bed with cords. I have covered it with painted tapestry brought from Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us be inebriated with the breast, and let us enjoy the desire embraces till the day appear. For my husband is not at home. He is going a very long journey. He took with him a bag of money. He will return home the day of the full moon. She entangled him with many words and drew him away with the flattery of her lips. Immediately he follows her as an ox led to be a victim, and as a lamp playing the wanton, and not knowing that he is growing like a fool to bonds, till the hour passes his liver, as if a bird should make haste to be snared, and knows not that his life is in danger. Now therefore, my son, hear me, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thy mind be drawn away in her ways, neither be thou deceived with her path. For she hath cast down many wounded, and the strongest have been slain by her. It's the way to hell, reaching even to the inner chambers of death. Reaching even to the inner chambers of death. Okay, the chambers of death. Okay, now you notice in Vocade and in Wycliffe, it says that the husband will come back at the full moon. But in the King James Version, they say at the day appointed. But they all say that her ways lead to the chambers of death. Okay, it's something like was that Pelosi's. He looked like her way lead to the chambers of death. Pelosi. What's her name? Some Pelosi's. He's the politics. You see, her ways lead to the way of death. But that's self-explanatory. And then she made a vow. You understand? The edition said she had made a vow And by trapping him, she fulfilled her vow. Her vow is to trap a soul so that she may prosper. That's pure witchcraft. She wanted to trap a soul that she may prosper.